He is a dark horse.
Kinda, but no at the same time. I mean, in this game, iffy. He's gotten, he's gotten ninth at a couple of things. He's gotten ninth at some glitches. I remember, might have been, I think it was Frostbite of 2018 or 20, yeah, I think it was of 2018.
Yeah, he's always right there.
2018 or 2019 where he got like around ninth. He's able to definitely like show himself, just not able to just really cusp those top 8 at a lot of those majors. I mean, he's definitely known back for his performances in Smash 4 for sure. I mean, he's definitely done like a lot of that back then with his Sonic, taking sets off of amazing players such as MK Leo and Void. But this is a whole different game right here, and so it's sort of a different ballpark. I wouldn't call him the dark horse. I'd call him the protagonist, as what everybody else does. But that's more of an anime thing rather than sort of a normie term like dark horse, I guess. But whatever. We got a Wolf Ditto.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
We all know Jakal to be one of the better wolves of Tri-State. I mean, we have seen some good stuff from Arhungry. He does have a plethora of characters. It does surprise me that he's opts to go wolf in this matchup, knowing that Jakal is just so experienced when it comes to this character.
Ooh. What a cute little down tilt right there on the part of Jakal to take out Arhungry's first stock. That was like literally the only thing that could have hit Arhungry right there, and he utilized that properly.
Yeah, that's a good way to start off right there for Jakal. And you can see the determination. He really does want that run back with Sinji because he knows he can do it. So hopefully he's able to do so, but before he gets to Sinji, he has to play against Arhungry, which right now has him in a bad predicament that F-Tail is not going to seal the stock, but is going to tack on damage, and even with the laser, it is enough to take the stock from Jakal, and now both of them sitting pretty with 2 stocks.
No jump, the laser snipe is going to do it right there. Arhungry trying to extend that combo with the shine, not going to do it. You can cancel that move just quick enough in the air to the point where you can get some pretty beefy combos out of it. Now Arhungry trying to fight his way out of the corner, is able to eventually do so with the nair, but commits a little hard with that up smash. Jude Harris, Jakal back in advantage once again. The forward air, I should say. Now these guys are essentially just going tit for tat, but the damage is more so tacking up on the favor of Arhungry as the up smash into the corner finally going to do it for him right there. Now you got Jakal firmly in advantage.
Yep, tacking up a lot of damage, and already 8% off the back right there for Jakal, and then some being tacked on. Right now, Arhungry really struggling to find his footing. Both of these players just playing really good neutral, but just one player just out-neutraling the other in this case. But the down smash, the 2-frame, coming in clutch right there for Arhungry to bring this back to an even game. But now Jakal seems to be capitalizing, already 60%, and then some, not allowing Arhungry to play his game. That could have been so bad.
Ooh.
Nice.
Just getting a little froggy with it, just playing with those ankles right there, reaching right for him. Now you see Jakal once again just keeping this ledge trapping nice and tight, reading, or just I should say reacting, or covering options exactly where he knew that Arhungry was going to go, holding that shield right in the perfect shield grab range for him to do it. Now you see him, he was able to get off the ledge, which is exactly why Jakal decided to retreat to the platform and sort of create that no-fly zone for Arhungry to be able to crawl through, just constantly threatening with that back air is Jakal right now. Arhungry finally able to break through with one little forward air and reset neutral once again this time around, but will it matter, Gabe?
Well, right now, Arhungry sitting at 173%. I mean, this is max rage, so Wolf can definitely kill if Arhungry is able to find that opening, but at this percent, you really got to worry about just making sure you don't get touched again by your opponent. The call-out was right there for Arhungry, but not enough. The reaction was right there for Jakal. And still, both these players just playing it out, but the back throw is going to do it at 200%. Yes, sir. That is enough.
With a kill throw. A space animal with a kill throw that we got here, ladies and gentlemen, in Wolf O'Donnell. Look at that. Now you see them talking about it again, talking about those stage counter picks right there. Arhungry with that beautiful Crimson Pro controller right there. I love looking at it. Yeah. Pretty good stuff, all things considered, that he was able to keep that down to last stock. I mean, Arhungry was doing as good of a job as he could playing the keep away game, getting all the way up to 200% and attacking Jakal pretty much all the way up to 80. Good stuff right here. Good stuff for him there. I mean, at least, getting as much as he could before that happened. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough, though. That mountain was just a little too high to climb, and it's looking like he's coming right out of the gate, making sure he's at the top of the mountain this time. 71% tagged on to Jakal already, and now the situation's reversed in the corner.
Pressure is so important when it comes to playing a Ditto matchup. It's just kind of like, I know it doesn't matter who knows more of their character. It's just more of like, you know what? I'm gonna make sure that I play more neutral. I get to play more neutral than you do. And Arhungry really started off solid, but now Jakal responding back with 90% of his own, and then some being tacked on. What right now? I mean, Jakal, just using that experience to work, playing the mind games. I mean, one thing he excels at that I love watching from him is his movement with the character. He moves with Wolf better than most Wolves that I've seen.
Yeah, man. Wolf Dittos are such chess matches, you know, like they really take turns, like knowing like when they're going to do something. You know what I mean? It really feels like it in that way because it just kind of looks like they're taking turns doing the exact same thing. Like, some Dittos are sort of the same, where they are both doing the same thing, like, say, Rob Dittos, but instead they're just doing it at the same time and just constantly having a food fight and throwing gyros at each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Wolf Dittos aren't really the same thing in that they just, like, sort of hang back and they just, like, sort of chuck lasers at each other over and over and over again. No, they take turns playing the game, exchanging situations. Okay, we're in neutral as the F-tilt is going to take the stock. Good. Now I'm ledge trapping you. Good. Now you're ledge trapping me. There you go. It's like they're playing that same game, but they're taking turns doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, both these players just starting off really well. I mean, Arhungry living out longer than he probably should have, but still, just capitalizing with it the most that he could. And now Jakal responding back with a little bit of percentage of his own. And yeah, I mean, one thing about the Ditto is that you know what works and you know what doesn't. So one thing that I like from both these players is that they're not committing. Even when, the thing about Wolf is that even if he throws out a strong attack that may deem punishable, trust me, it's not punishable. You can't punish Wolf sometimes. And both these players realize that. They're not going to go for a punish whenever the opponent throws out an attack. They're going to say, okay, you get to throw out the first move. Maybe I'll wait out a little bit longer to see what you throw out beforehand, before I throw my move.
Yeah, you know, and you would think, you know, I mean, I talk about some Dittos being food fights, but there are some other ones, right? Like, I'll be honest, like the Mario Ditto, where essentially the lamer Mario wins. Because the one who approaches is, like, the one who approaches first has, like, the higher margin for error right there, and if he whiffs, he's the one who's going to eat the insane punish game from the character. And some people, I feel like in theory they would think that the Wolf Ditto would be the same, but it's really not true at all. It really depends on the individual situation. It depends on whoever really is just playing the game. What is the percent? Like, what is the percent of, like, my opponent's percent compared to mine? You know what I mean? Sometimes, if anything, it's actually the Wolf who doesn't approach that winds up losing more because he's more easily forced into the corner because of the Transcendent Laser. That's why I love Wolf Ditto so much, man. It's like they really just play the game. They really just take turns doing all the fundamental aspects of this game, and right now you see these two high-level Wolves excellently showcasing that.
Yeah. One thing about these two is that you get to see a little bit of mimicry. One person does one thing and then the other just follows up doing it, like Nair, and then the other decides to Nair as well. I mean, yeah, it's just, they both really do just copy one another, but one just gets to capitalize on it better than the other. And right now, both these players at even percent. I mean, 103 already tacked on Arhungry, but still, we've seen Arhungry at 200% and living longer than Jakal did, who would die like around 130%. So percentage may not even matter at this case. It's just more of who has the neutral state. And right now, Jakal applying a lot of pressure. Yeah, it's a waiting game. The waiting game, just like that. Jakal waited for the first attack from Arhungry, and then Arhungry proceeded with the dash attack, which Jakal was quick to respond back to his shield, and then the up smash came in clutch.
PS2. Once again, we're running it right back to Pokemon Stadium 2. Are we sticking with the Wolf Dittos? Yes, we are. Hungry just sticking with the tried and true right here in that Wolf. He has been working on ZSS, like I mentioned. I don't know how much he plays them anymore, but he does mess around with the Aegis characters. He does play a little bit of Pyra and Mithra. I think he might be straying away from that character because he really doesn't like how exploitable their recovery is, which I frankly don't blame him for, if I'm being completely honest.
He had a Joker at one point, too.
And the Joker. Yeah, I forgot about his Joker as well. That Joker's taken many a set off of yours truly. So that's definitely another one on bar as well. But you know that a Wolf as, like, expertly handled as Jakal's is going to be prepared to fight a character like that. He's played plenty of high-level Jokers in the past. I'm maybe Hungry feels like that wouldn't really work, or maybe he just doesn't like the matchup. I don't know.
This is both a good learning experience for Arhungry anyways. He's going to have the VODs anyways to look back and see what he can do better with Wolf. I mean, he's not doing bad whatsoever. Don't get me wrong. He's playing this matchup phenomenally and exceptionally well against a player of Jakal's caliber. But you know what? It's always a learning experience. So you know, the Ditto, as much as people may not like fighting them, it has its perks.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can learn some from it. I mean, Dittos are like that sort of hard level thing where it just feels like you got to know how to do one thing better than your opponent, or how much can you really learn about a matchup that really should be completely dead even as that forward tilt from Jakal is going to take Arhungry's first stock. It's iffy, you know, because it really just matters on like whatever like position you're in, you know. It's like it's not a matter of like thinking like, okay, what do I do when I'm in this position that makes this worse? I feel like so much of Wolf Dittos is just a guessing game right here because these characters sort of have the same options. They don't have like one, as that up smash from Hungry is going to take the stock. They don't have like, say, one particularly very good thing like from the ledge that another Wolf will just, you know, not be able to cover. If that makes sense, if that really makes any sense. So it's not really about like learning like how to get out of those situations. It's more so learning about how to prevent those situations in the first place. Like what mistake did I make like about 3-4 seconds prior that led me to that in the first place as that up tilt takes the stock.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, it's a lot of mimicry coming in from both these players, just kind of copying one another. One person throws out one, and then the other one just kind of follows up, hoping that the other one is not ready for it. And yeah, right now Jakal just seems to be running away slightly with it as he has the stock lead. This is a best of 5 territory, and I'm pretty sure Jakal is up already 2-0. But yeah, I mean, Jakal's just phenomenally finding those openings whenever he needs to, and at 113%, this could be spelling lights out.
Ooh!
Interesting option right there for Arhungry to go down with the up B, but Jakal calling it out, and that was something.
That was something, to say the least. That's the best way I could describe it either. That was something. I'm gonna get you. It's definitely like that. He definitely just charged that Super Saiyan for like 3 episodes, right? To like get that going. But then it was just like, I don't know. I think it was just the Frieza arc right there. The up smash just boop. Right, like just that's all it took at the end of the day. I'm not strong enough. That's pretty much what happened there, man. 3-0 in the favor of Jakal right there. Going to get his, once again, another run back against Shinji right here, who has been so dominant against Jakal in these last couple of weeks for sure. Last week alone, taking 2 sets off of him, Gabe.